Miami jumps out on top of you 10-0, and then you come back, make it 10-8, and then flash forward to the fourth quarter. It was a 3-point game early in the fourth. They jump out to a 15-point lead on you. It seemed like both times you dug deep and battled back. How much of a big sign, an encouraging sign, is that for you all as you start to work through the rest of this 2016-2017 schedule?
Well, I think everybody who understands women's basketball knows that Miami is probably a top 10 team or could be a Final Four team. We knew coming into it was going to be tough, and it's heartbreaking because we were right there. And Coach Katie Meyer at the end looked at me and she stopped, just started clapping in my face, and before we were shaking hands, and she said, "By far, y'all the toughest team we've played all year, by far."
And they just played Ohio State, and they played a good schedule up to this point.
And and that's respect. And one thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to be tough, and we wanted to show a lot of grit. We wanted to battle on the boards, and we out-rebounded them by 2. I mean, a tremendous rebounding team. And we fought hard. We played hard. At times, we missed so many easy layups, and very discouraging. And then when you do that, you give up transition buckets. And there was just kind of a lapse in between where we just lost the focus, got too down and discouraged. And you can't do that against a team like Miami. You got to be able to play in the possession and not put your head down for little things, and just next play mentality. But I like what we showed. I like how we showed that we can definitely play at this level. And I told them at the end of the game, I said, hopefully we'll meet them in the NCAAs. And we've got to play this tough.
Well, these are the opportunities that you like. I think as a coach, you like to come in and you like to play a team like this because you know what you're going to play or come up against in the tournament, just like you said. And I think one thing, and you can talk about this with your team, Miami came out and punched them, but they punched right back.
Right.
And especially in that, the first 4 possessions, they're scoring in transition. I thought your transition defense really stepped up from there.
Yeah, we really tried to make sure that we balance the floor. We always said our best offense is going to be our best defense, so we try to make sure that we get 3 battling on the boards and then 2 back to balance the floor so we can get on transition defense and make some misses. And, after the 2-minute and I called a timeout, I was like, okay, y'all know the game plan. This is how they want to play. We don't want it to be a trap meet. We want to make sure that we slow them down and try not to give up transition buckets. And they only scored 13 points the rest of the quarter. I mean, that's credit to our defense, our toughness, our rebounding ability. Everybody was scrapping, our bench, the energy that everybody was bringing, and that was huge for us. And we were physical, and we made the official have to call some calls. They're very, very, very aggressive. Probably since I've been at Old Dominion, probably the most aggressive team we've ever played. That's what they do in all positions, and they're an experienced team. So we match that, which is a great sign for our team. And I just think a little bit at times, third quarter, we had fatigue get to us a little bit. And moments of maybe some poor execution on offense when they pushed us to a tough shot. And we settled, and we couldn't, I said there's a few possessions I wish we could just get back because, when you're playing a team like that, you really have to just make sure you continue your offense all the way through, even if the shot clock comes off, because you want them to break down. You just don't want to just throw up a tough shot. So those are things that we'll look back on tape and try to learn from.
All right, point guard, give us your analysis on your point guard play today. It seemed, I know Susan had identified point guard play as being one of her major keys in terms of second half adjustments as we started the third quarter. How do you think that they responded there over the course of the rest of the game after having a little bit of a rough first half?
Oh, I was really proud of them. I mean, because they're very aggressive in their press, and we had showed a lot of poise, a lot of moments in the game, and I thought that they did a really good job. I thought Michaela did a great job getting us into some sets. I thought Raven gave us energy off the bench, and and Jenny went and she ran backup point guard position. So we did a good job. But again, third quarter, fourth quarter, we had a few possessions where we got out of executing the game plan and tried to play too many one-on-one situations with them, and they're very athletic. So, but overall, very pleased with it.
Well, I think too the free throw line. Free throw line. I thought in the first half you did a good job. I mean, you got there and you put some in, and then in the second half, those players that you think you're going to step up there and knock them down, unfortunately, they just couldn't find the bottom of the net. And I think those are, you talk about learning. This is a good loss if you want to look at it in terms of that, because you lose at Miami. I'm probably going to be a top 10 team only by 10, and the game was close. It really was closer than that. So you can take, what are the things you're going to take and educate your team from this loss, free throws being one of them?
Yeah, definitely not getting too down on ourselves. I thought that there was just moments in the third quarter we just kind of got really down about things and we gave up transition buckets. We can't worry about that, you know, and we have to be consistent with that. And I think now we know that that's a major thing that we've got to get through. And also, we got to make sure when they're throwing different things at us, whether it's traps or they are scouting team, so they scout our players differently. Like, they will not let Jenny use her right, and we knew that. And they won't let certain people, you know, just catch and shoot. And so we talked about that in our scout. So we got to be focused on the game plan and not get away.